Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is the Franchise Stars Baseball League Game of the Week. For September 3rd of Year 2 of the FSBL, we are back at Forbes Field for the series finale of this three-game set. The St. Louis Cardinals, division leaders, visit the Pittsburgh Pirates. They have split the first two games of this series. The Pirates 3.5 games back in the division. I believe that's a mistake, actually, because it said 3.5 when I was looking at it before. All right, but this has them at 4.5 back, so we'll go with that. 4.5 back in the division. The Cardinals had been behind. You see the Cardinals 8-2 in the last 10. Pirates 4-6. So the Cardinals have made up those four games in this last recent stretch. The Pirates also one game up in the wild card. They send Rick Sewell to the mound. 5-10, a 4.01 earned run average in 21 starts. He locks up with the outstanding rookie for the Cardinals, Dizzy Dean. Dean will get to him in the bottom half of the inning. Leading things off here for the Cardinals, though, will be Ozzie Smith. Smith, a good year at the plate for him, batting .295. No power, of course. But certainly, the Cardinals will sign up for a .295 average out of the Wizard to go along with that terrific defense. First pitch from Sewell misses. We're underway. Slider misses away. It's 2-0. Beatles Eternally has joined us rooting for the Bucks. How are you, Beatles? I hope all is well with you, sir. Rosters have expanded here on September 3rd. The playoff push in earnest starts now. Sewell misses with the fastball up high, so he's behind Ozzie 3-0 to start things off as J.D. Drew waits in the on-deck circle. Sewell puts a fastball down the heart to get a strike on the ledger. Fastball misses up high. So Ozzie draws the leadoff walk.
Leading off the afternoon for St. Louis, the right fielder.
Here's Drew. Drew batting .267. Runner goes. No. You usually tell because they don't have the camera on first base. You tell kind of by the crowd reaction. The crowd makes a certain noise when the runner breaks. And it sounded like they were doing that there. But I guess Ozzie thinks second of it. He stays. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go. Fastball misses up high. 1-1 the count. Here you see Drew is grounded into 11 double plays. So the Pirates have led this division for most of the season, which has been a surprise. They are not overpowering. Their pitching is questionable, but their pitching has outperformed expectations this year as Ozzie steals second. Stolen base number 31 for the Wizard on the year. It's a good jump here on Sewell. But the Cardinals, last year's division winners, have gotten hot. They overtook the Pirates. They got up by 6.5 games. But the Pirates have taken the first two of this series. Drew slashes this one deep to left. Going back on it, Stargell tracks it down, puts it away. Smith will tag up. Nothing much Stargell can do about tracking towards the gap. The Cardinals lineup, Smith, Drew, and Hornsby. Mize, Edmonds, and Ripper Collins. Ken Boyer, Ray Langford, and Yadier Molina round things out for the Cardinals on a beautiful day here at Forbes Field. So here's Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby having another terrific season as he did last year. .314. As he swings first pitch, he's going to foul one. It's going to get into the seats. Hornsby gets himself set at the plate. The Cardinals have a man on third early here in the first. Good slider there. That one's called out the corner. Hornsby gives a little glance at the home plate ump, but doesn't say anything. 0-2 pitch and curveball there from Sewell misses away. Here's the delivery. Down in the dirt. Sanguian able to keep it next to him. Good block there by Manny. Hold Ozzie at third. Delivery from Sewell. Hornsby lines this one into the gap in right center. That's going to be extra bases. That goes all the way to the wall. Smith comes around to score. Clark retrieves it. Waving around second, going for third. They're just going to make a throw home, and that one is driven into the gap. It's an RBI triple for Rogers Hornsby, and the Cardinals have quickly taken a 1-0 lead. Hornsby deposits that one into the gap. Good piece of hitting there. So now Hornsby's on third. Here's Johnny Mize. Takes the first pitch. Breaking ball down low. Mize, 283, 31 homers, 83 runs batted in. Riding an 8-game hitting streak. Nice slider there. Gets Mize out in front of it. That one pulled down to first on the backhand. Nice play by Beckley, but no shot at the runner at home. Hornsby broke on contact, and that wasn't hit particularly hard. So they concede the run. It's an RBI ground out for Mize, and the Cardinals lead 2-0 as Jim Edmonds steps in. 266, 28 homers, a far cry from his phenomenal first season of the FSBL, but still a fine season for the Cardinals center fielder. Sewell misses 1-0. Chopper out to short. Throw over to first. In the dirt, and it gets away from Beckley, and Edmonds is going to reach. So that's going to be an error. I don't think that's Bell playing short today. I'm blanking on who's playing short for them. Looked like Beckley thought that ball was, he saw it was going to skip. It was a low throw. He thought it was going to come up on him, and it actually stayed down on him. Gene Alley, I believe, is playing short for the Pirates today. So not the first inning Pittsburgh was looking for here. Sewell's going to try to stop the bleeding. Here's Ripper Collins, 303, 25 homers, 73 RBIs. Hoping to do a second broadcast on the channel at some point this evening, the Yankees and the Red Sox from Yankee Stadium, as they continue to fight it out for that American League East division title. Red Sox have led all year. Yankees rattled off 14 straight victories to close out August and catch the Sox. I think I got my margins mixed up. I think the Yankees are up 3.5. This division was 4.5. That's what happened when I misspoke during the introduction. Sewell misses down low again. Sewell definitely struggling with command here in the early going. On deck, Ken Boyer, who has had a fantastic season for these Cardinals, who have gotten to the division lead despite the stunning failure of Bob Gibson, who's just had a terrible season. Gibson's ERA is up close to 5. He is 8-13. Ground ball down the line, backhanded by Elliott. It's a long throw, but he gets him, and the side is retired. But the Cardinals put 2 on the board to open things up here in the first. We head to the bottom half. Cardinals 2, Pirates coming up. Marte, Clark, and Stargell. They will face rookie Dizzy Dean. Dean has been excellent as advertised. 15-6, a 2.49 earned run average, 207 strikeouts, has him up among the league leaders in these 27 starts. He will start off with Starling Marte, 269, 18 homers, 62 RBIs.
Number 6.
Marte handling designated hitter duties today, which is a little bit surprising. Given that he's a better defensive outfielder, particularly than Willie Stargell, who's out and left. Marte squares, puts it foul though. Warrior charges, touches it up. Count goes to 1-1. Fastball down low. Marte taps it, dribbles it foul. He rocks and fires, and he blows Marte away. Strikes him out to open things up here in the bottom of the first.
Batting second. The right
Comes
fielder,
up and in.
Fred
But
Clark.
that was a strike. Marte had to swing at it. He just swings right through it. So 1 up, 1 down. That'll bring up Fred Clark. Clark batting .266. First pitch swing, lazy fly to left. Langford's underneath it. Puts it away, and there's quickly 2 down here for the Pirates in the bottom of the first.
Batting third.
So again, we'll go through the Pirates lineup here first. Marte, Clark, and Stargell. Beckley, Stenzel, and Bob Elliott. Sanguian, Gene Alley, and Bill Mazeroski. Mazeroski back off the injured list, and he's hit terrifically since he's come back off the injured list. He had gotten hot before he got hurt. His first half of the season, Bill Mazeroski was batting somewhere around .230. But he picked up the pace, then got injured. Rennie Stennett played well in his stead, but Mazeroski's glove has been put back into the lineup here, particularly as he has hit well since his return. Here's Willie Stargell. Fantastic season so far for Stargell, batting .299. He was an all-star there. First pitch from Dean misses for 1-0. Stargell really the only big power threat in this Pirates lineup. Dean rears back and deals, goes up the ladder. Stargell won't chase. It's 2-0. There's a delivery fastball right past him. Here comes the 2-1 offering from Dean. Comes high and inside. Stargell swings and misses. Count goes to 2-2. Chopper out to short. Ozzy's there. Throw over to first. Plenty of time, and the Pirates go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. So good start for Dean. Sewell will try to find his command a little bit better as we head to the top of the second. Cardinals lead 2-0 here from Forbes Field. Here's Ray Langford. Langford 310, 16 homers, 57 RBIs. Like Edmonds, significantly off of his terrific pace from last year. But the Cardinals still find themselves atop the division. Langford swings at the first pitch, lined out to right. Good jump by Clark, who gets there and puts it away for out number 1. Nice run and grab there from Fred Clark. Langford hit that well. Here's Yadier Molina, 278, 6 homers, 42 runs batted in for the Cardinals catcher. Fastball in there for a called strike. Cardinals wearing one of my favorite uniforms of all time, their old blues. Pirates rocking the 1994 version of their uniforms. As always, I will virtually never let a team wear their current uniforms in this. I like seeing the old school stuff. Not that 1994 is that old school, because that makes me very old school. Shot down the line. That's going to be a fair ball. Stargell gets there quickly. Molina, slow to be kind, holds at first with the single, but it's a 1-out base hit. Order turns over. Here's Ozzie Smith. Smith walked his first time up, later came around to score. That one's bounced in the dirt. Molina's not going anywhere. Sanguian blocks it. 4-1. Here's the delivery from Sewell. Line drive right to short. Alley has it. 4 out, number 2.
The right fielder, number 7, J.D. Drew.
So that'll bring up J.D. Drew. Drew flew out his first time up. Sewell delivers. Drew, first pitch swing, lines one in the left, falls in front of Stargell for a base hit. He'll get it in quickly. Molina will hold up at second.
Now batting.
That one up in the zone. That kind of just spun. It didn't really move. So 2 men on for the Cardinals. There are 2 out. But here's Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby, RBI double, his first time up. Curveball down in the dirt for ball 1. Hornsby 4 for 9 in the series. That RBI was his first run driven in. That one is fouled off. Again, Pirates led this division for most of the year. The Cardinals have now overtaken them. Cardinals have gotten the lead up to 6.5, but the Pirates took the first 2 of this 3-game set. Pittsburgh going for the sweep today, despite trailing at the moment. Breaking ball misses down low. It's 2-1. Shot down to first. Beckley knocks it down. Flips it to Sewell covering. Hornsby is retired, and the Cardinals are turned aside. Good job there by Beckley to stay with that ball. We head to the bottom of the second. St. Louis 2, Pittsburgh nothing. Here's Jake Beckley, 262, 18 homers, 71 RBIs. Beckley slumping a bit. Last time we saw him, that average was up in the 280s. Dean only needed 10 pitches to get through the first. First pitch changeup here, misses down low. There's a fastball in there for a called strike. That fastball's off the plate. It's 2-1. That one hit hard but foul. Dean into the rocking windup and delivers. Fastball blows him away. Down goes Beckley. Second strikeout for Dean.
Batting fifth, the center fielder.
Check out the pitch sequence here. Change up low, fastball away, fastball low, and then comes inside. So Dean riding that heat. One down, here's Jake Stenzel. Stenzel batting .259. Fastball there, looked like a good pitch, but called low. 15 homers, 43 RBIs for Stenzel. The Pirates rotate their outfielders through fairly regularly, with the exception of Stargell, who's in the lineup every day, because as mentioned, he's the only real big power threat. They have a few other guys who can put the ball out of the yard. Beckley and Bob Elliott among them. You'll see Stenzel and Fred Clark and Max Carey and Starling Marte all cycling through. Fastball up and in. It's 3-1. There's Bob Elliott in the on-deck circle. Only at 22 homers, though his average significantly lower than last season's mark. He's down at 242 this year. That one is line foul. So the count is full to Stenzel here. One out in the bottom of the second. Fly ball. Carrying out to center, but it'll stay in the yard. Edmonds going back. Just shy of the warning track. Puts it away for out number 2. So here's Elliott, as we mentioned, 242, 22 homers, 59 runs batted in. Fastball at the knees for strike one. The Cardinals drafted Dean last year. The notion was that he was going to be kind of the 1A to Bob Gibson. Dean has held up his end of the bargain this year, but Gibson has struggled mightily. Gibson was up and down last season as well, better than this year, but of course was terrific for the Cardinals in the postseason. They would love to take these last 5 or so starts of the year to get Gibson right, heading into the playoffs. That one is driven into one hopper off the wall. Pirates have their first hit. That's a 2-out double off the bat of Bob Elliott, his 21st double of the season, and the Pirates have a runner in scoring position. There, driven by Elliott. Off the brick, out and left. Bernard Strom is here. How are you, Bernard? Fastball in there for a called strike. Well, if you remember, Beatles, Lloyd Wainer was drafted in this most recent rookie draft, so Lloyd's not with them yet. Lloyd will start with them next year. He was drafted in this June's draft, so he'll jump on with them next year. You know, they've got it's going to be a big rotation of, again, other than, I mean, Stargell should really just kind of end up being the regular DH there, but then you're going to have Marte, Van Slyke, Wainer, Clark, Carey, Stenzel. Like, you have a lot of, obviously not identical players, but relatively similar mold kind of players, you know, as opposed to, as Dean picks up the strikeout there to get out of it, as opposed to, you know, if they land a Clemente or a Kiner, you know, in next year's rookie draft. You know, or even a Paul Wainer, you know. But they're piecing it together. I mean, this has still been a good season for them, largely because their pitching has improved. I think their pitching may be faltering a little bit down the stretch here. But considering how few of the Pirates' top players they have, that they're contending with a Cardinals team that had a terrific draft is certainly a fine job by them. See if they can hold on. They're a game up on the Dodgers for that second wild card. American League wild card is kind of set at this point. Even though the Yankees have caught the Red Sox, whoever wins that division, the loser will get that. And the Indians have chased down the Twins. The Twins led 10.5 at the All-Star break. The Indians have caught them for the Central Division lead. But I think the Twins and the Sox are close to each other in record. They have the 2 wild card spots at the moment. And then the next closest team is like 7 games back. So, I mean, whoever loses out will still be in pretty good shape, I think, as far as the wild card goes, unless something goes horrifically wrong. So a fly out to right for the first out here in the third. So Mize is set aside. Here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds reached on the error by Gene Alley back in the first. Nobody wants that one-game wild card playoff game. I mean, the Red Sox didn't even play badly when the Yankees went on that winning streak. The Yankees, I mean, they won 14 in a row. You know, it was just... Now then, Boston have split the first 2 of that 3-game set. Hoping that I'll get that game up later on today. I'm going to try to do 2 games from this day on the calendar. So I'm going to try to get that one done. Hello, Dwayne Marks YouTube network. Dwayne has popped in. Dwayne had a game earlier on this morning. go check that one out. Bernard, Beatles, either of you guys doing a broadcast at some point today? Tonight, whatever? I'm going to try and do one tonight, but it's probably not going to be in the late slot. I'm working from home today, so I'm probably going to record it during the day and then stream it live later. So it's probably not going to be that super late slot. I'll probably stream it a little bit on the earlier this evening side. Maybe something like a 9 o'clock. But I'll have a little bit of flexibility on that time. So if anybody is locked in, I will certainly do my best to work around it. That one is popped up. Alley calls it on the edge of the dirt. Puts it away for out number 2.
Now batting, number 12.
Alley, unhappy with the sunshine. Got in his eyes there, but he did track it down. Here's Ripper Collins, the fabulously underrated Ripper Collins, having another strong year for the Cardinals. Walked his first time up, takes a curveball for a strike there. All right, there you go. All right, so I think I'll plan to put mine up at 9 tonight for Yankees Red Sox, and then that should fall nicely into if anybody else wants to Beatles, and then if anybody wants to go on after Beatles thing, do a late night chat. So a weak liner out there to Elliott, gets through the inning. Good job for Sewell. It seems like he might be starting to settle in a little bit. Now the Pirates need to get it going at the plate. Alley, Mazeroski, and Marte come up in the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 St. Louis.
Leading up for the Pirates, the shortstop, number 14.
Alley batting .284. First offering from Dean. Fastball away. It's fouled off. It's 0-1. Good curveball in there. So Dean ahead of Alley 0-2. Dean looks sharp. Fastball rides inside, line drive, Boyer dives, can't come up with it. It's a base hit in the left. So of course, as I say, Dean looks sharp. He gives up the hit because that's the way these broadcasts work. Like clockwork, I say something good about a player. Something bad happens to him. I criticize a player. Player does something good. I wield all the power here. Here's Bill Mazeroski. Again, Mazeroski, and I must have been asleep at the wheel when this happened, when he came back from his injury, because Mazeroski was not having a particularly good offensive season. But Mazeroski is actually hitting .300. No power to speak of. Only 4 homers, but the Pirates will sign up for Bill Mazeroski to hit .300 with no power if he plays the quality defense. Rennie Stennett did a fine job while Mazeroski was out. Fastball from Dean misses down low. It's 2-1. Changeup. Count goes to 2-2. High fastball fouled back. Breaking ball there. That's a beauty from Dean. Mazeroski goes down swinging. 4th strikeout for Dean, and there's one away here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Number 6.
That is a beautiful bender from Dean. Actually, a little bit higher in the zone than he probably wanted it, but great arm action on that. Gets Mazeroski well out in front. So 1 down, the order turns over. Here's Starling Marte. Curveball. Fouled off there. I actually want to see something. You know, I talk about being resistant to doing this, but I should have noticed this in checking lineups before the game, because there really is no logical reason why you would have Marte as the designated hitter and Louis Stargell in the field. Oh, it won't let me do this until they're the defensive half. I can't make a defensive substitution right now. Okay, that's fine. I'll change that after this half inning. But there's, from a logic perspective, you're not going to put Pops out there in the field and have Starling Marte, who's a good outfielder, as your designated hitter. Which, of course, means that if I make that move, Marte is going to drop off a fly ball or something like that. 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses down low. Dwayne has seen this script play out far too many times in my broadcast. I should just stop making observations about players and just stick strictly to the play-by-play. Otherwise, I feel like I'm influencing the game. Curveball fouled off by Marte. It's 1-1. Holly the Bernedoodle switches couches down in the basement. There's a shot by Marte towards the gap. In the right center field, Drew cuts it off. Runner heads to third. They're going to wave him around. Here comes the relay. Hornsby fires it home. It's not in time. Alley scores. It's an RBI double for Starling Marte. And the Pirates cut the deficit in half. It's now 2-1. Good piece of hitting from Marte. Takes a ball down in the zone and drives it out into right center. Drew's relay throw-in kind of floated a little bit on Hornsby. Hornsby wasn't able to set himself well on that relay throw to the plate. And the run comes home. So now the Pirates feeling a little something. They've got the tying run in scoring position. Here's Fred Clark. Clark 0 for 1. He flew out back in the first. Dean comes to the set. Fastball fouled off. Wally Berger of the Braves. Berger has hit 39 home runs this year. He's a guy who is, Wally Berger was a fine player, but he has been a rare bright spot for the Braves offensively. That pitch gets away from Molina, and Marte moves up. Dean bounces one in the dirt. That'll go as a wild pitch. So the Pirates now have the tying run 90 feet away. Breaking ball there, and that's a money curveball from Dizzy Dean. Fifth strikeout for Dean with 2 out here in the third.
Now batting, number 8.
Fastball, changeup that got by, but he went back down low. Kept the ball down there. 2 down, here's Stargell. We'll see if Dean pitches Stargell carefully. In the third inning, he's probably still going to attack him. There's a fastball on the outside corner. Stargell looking for his first hit of the series. He's 0 for 5. I don't know if Stargell was dinged up or just got a day off. Third game of the series, Stargell only has 5 at-bats. Goes away, and that's a great piece of hitting from Stargell. That is a low fastball off the plate, and Stargell lines it the other way, goes into second, throw is offline. Stargell ties the game with an RBI double, his 29th of the season, and the Pirates have gotten a pair here to tie it up at 2. Stargell sensing that Dean was going to stay away from him. First pitch was on the outside corner. Stargell was looking there and went with it down the left field line. So 2 out hit, clutch from Pops. Here's Jake Beckley. Beckley ground ball to second. Hornsby has it. Throw on the first, and the side is retired. But the Buccos get it level here at Forbes. We're a third of the way through. We'll head to the top of the fourth. Cardinals 2, Pirates 2. Here's Ken Boyer. Boyer 0 for 1, grounded out in the first.
The third baseman, Ken Boyer.
Fastball on the corner. So Sewell, who had the rough first inning, seems like he's starting to find his way a little bit. Him here now that the Pirates have tied the game. Boyer has something to say about that. Hits this well to left, but it hooks one hopper into the seats. Sewell ahead of him 0-2. Breaking ball there. Lazy fly coming on in center. Stenzel will get there. Kicks it away for out number 1. The A's' Jimmy Fox has taken over the American League home run lead from Ken Griffey Jr. Fox now has 40. Lefty Grove, also of the A's, leads the American League in strikeouts with 206. Just another sign of the A's' dominance. 1-0 pitch here from Sewell to Ray Langford. Ground ball to short. Gene Alley has it. Throws over to Beckley, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 4.
Here's Yadier Molina. Molina 1 for 1. Single in the second. There's a shot, 1 hopper. Mazeroski waits on it. Throws to Beckley, and the side is retired. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Sewell. Good job there, shutting things down after the Pirates came back to tie it. Stenzel, Elliott, and Sanguin due up for Pittsburgh. We head to the bottom of the 4th, tied at 2. So here's Stenzel 0 for 1. He flew out in the second. Tex Zags in the house. How are you, Tex? Good to see you, my friend. I hope all is well with you. Got a good one going here. Matchup for the NL Central. Ground ball from Stenzel to Ozzie. Throws to Mize. There's 1 away. Apologies here as my chair is falling apart.
Third baseman, number 3, Bob Elliott.
So here's Bob Elliott. Elliott 1 for 1. He doubled back in the second. Molina signals he wants it high. Dean obliges. Elliott hits it well. Out to right center. Going back, Drew and Edmonds. It's going to split the gap. To the wall. Elliott pulls in at second. He rounds second. Dangerous play here from Elliott. Hornsby's relay, though, not in time. And Bob Elliott triples into the gap out in right center. The show decides it doesn't want to show a replay of that one. We get right to Manny Sanguin. Accelerating the pace of the game, I suppose. Pitch clock and all that jazz. So Elliott now the lead run on third. Manny Sanguin, who's had a terrific year for the Bucks. Swings and misses there. Dean ahead of him 0-2. High fastball, and Dean blows him away. Good bounce back from Dean. That's the 6th strikeout for Dizzy Dean in this one. And that was a big one. Sanguin chases one up in the zone. So now here's Gene Alley. Alley 1 for 1. Fastball swung on and missed. That's a weak swing there from Gene Alley. Chasing on the first pitch. Never a good thing. That is going up there without a plant. There's one out to right center. Drew ranging over. This time he'll get there. Puts it away. And the side is retired. So the Pirates threaten but do not score. We'll head to the top of the 5th here at Forbes. Smith, Drew, and Hornsby due up for the Cardinals. We're tied at 2. Here's Ozzie Smith, 0 for 1, a walk, a stolen base, a run scored.
Ozzie Smith.
Squares the bunt, just foul. Elliott bare hands it. And we'll reset. Ground ball, weakly hit. Mazeroski charges. Going to have to hurry, but he'll get Smith. There's one away.
The right fielder, number 7, J.D. Drew.
Nice job there, charging there from Mazeroski. Knew he had to play it quickly. So here's J.D. Drew. He's 1 for 2. Slider misses away. Breaking ball, good pitch from Sewell. Locks Drew up. It's 1-1. Sewell looks in, gets his sign from Sanguian. Delivers down in the zone. It misses. 2-1 the count. Fastball misses inside. It's 3-1. Hornsby waits on deck. Sewell wants no part of leaving a base runner on there for Hornsby when he comes up. But that fastball misses up high, and that's exactly what he does. Drew with the 1-out walk. Here comes the Raja. 1 for 2. RBI triple earlier on. He also scored a run. Drew can steal a bag occasionally, but not a huge threat. They're going to try to keep him close, though. Throw over to first. Beckley doesn't even bother to tag him, just gives him a look of disdain as he lays on the ground on the bag. Breaking ball from Sewell misses down and away. Hornsby has grounded into 13 double plays this season. Fastball misses up high. So now Sewell behind Hornsby 2-0. Johnny Mize stands in the on-deck circle. Fastball on the outside corner. Tapper up the third base line. And that's a bad play. That's a mistake by Sewell. That ball was going to roll fair. Sewell touches it up. Check this replay. Watch Sewell charge this ball. That is hooking towards the line. Sewell should have let that go, and that's a mistake. That won't show up as an error in the box score, but that's a mistake by Rip Sewell. Close play at first, but Hornsby gets there. And Sewell may live to regret that one. First and second, 1 out. Here's Johnny Mize. Mize is 0 for 2. It's flown out and grounded out. Drove in a run with that ground out back in the first. Fastball. Oh, that's a generous strike there. Even Sewell looks surprised. He'll take that one. 1-1 the count. Huge at bat here in this game. Sewell misses down low. Jim Edmonds waits in the on-deck circle. Two-one offering from Sewell. That's a good slider, and it's called a ball. Oh, my goodness. So Sewell got a gift early in the count, but that one was taken from him. That's a beautiful pitch there. And now the fastball misses down low for ball 4. So Sewell's up against it now. The bases are stacked. There's 1 out. Here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds is 0 for 2. He's 0 for 10 in the series. But he also has the power to change this game with 1 swing. Fastball in there for a called strike. The other problem that this Pirates pitching staff has is they don't strike out a lot of hitters at all. So even though their pitchers are having, on the whole, solid years, they don't really get that big K. Fly ball here out to center. Stenzel range is over, but that should be deep enough to bring the run home. Runner tags. Here comes the throw. It's going to be cut off. Run comes in. Job gets done there by Jimmy Edmonds as Drew comes home to score, and the Cardinals reclaim the lead at 3-2. Sewell gets out of this inning at 3-2. He'll take it at this point. Here's Ripper Collins. Collins 0 for 1. He walked in the first. Collins has been a notoriously clutch hitter through the first 2 seasons of the FSBL. He takes a strike. They received 316 this year with runners in scoring position for Collins. Pair of right-handers, Ray Kremer and Sam Lever, throwing in the bullpen for the Pirates. Fastball. Up and in, it's 1-1. Sewell comes to the set. Chopped down to third. Elliott charges, throws over to first, gets him, and the side is retired. But the Cardinals get a run on the Edmonds sac fly, but with the bases loaded, they would have liked more, and the Pirates will take just allowing the one. Midway through here at Forbes, Cardinals lead the Pirates 3-2. Mazeroski to lead things off in the bottom half. 0 for 1 struck out in the third.
The second baseman, number 9.
We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard once the scroll gets there for the first time in this game. First pitch strike from Dean. Curveball swung on and missed. So Dean ahead of Mazeroski 0-2. Fastball shot the other way, looping, but it'll hang up. Drew ranges towards the line, puts that one in his pocket for out number 1. Here's Starling Marte. Marte 1 for 2, an RBI double his last time up. He would later come around to score himself. It's well down in the dirt, bounced off the plate for ball 1. Down low, it's 2-0. Fastball swung on and missed. I realize it probably won't let me change a field player with the DH in the middle of a game, because I think, if I remember right, that rule is still in place that you lose a designated hitter if you do that. Chopped out to third, charged nicely by Boyer. Sets himself and throws Marte out for out number 2. So we'll have to deal with the fact that Stargell is playing left and Marte is the DH, even though that's backwards. I'll fix that in the Pirates lineup when the game is over. Here's Fred Clark. Clark is 0 for 2. Fastball misses down low. Changeup misses away. It's 2-0. Hoping I'll get some sort of a video done at some point in the next couple of days updating the Franchise Stars Football League Madden project, which continues to move along. I've got 10 teams done, but now I've got to go and do some testing on playbooks and stuff like that before I move on. But the rating system is kind of locked into place, which is nice. So now it's just a matter of the speed at which I can do the data entry. There's a looping shot out into left, ranging over. Langford puts it away, and the side is retired. So Dean sets them down. We're through 5 at Forbes. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Boyer, Langford, and Molina due up for the Cardinals. They lead the Pirates 3-2.
Leading off for St. Louis, the third baseman, Ted.
Even though they don't do the announcing, because I do the announcing, I still have to look at John Sciambi and Chris Singleton at some point every game. Not a problem with Chris Singleton, but John Sciambi looks a little bit like Shrek, which is a little disturbing. far be it from me to comment on someone else's appearance, because I have a perfect face for radio. Popped out to second. Mazeroski puts the first batter away. It's one down. Here's Ray Lankford, 0 for 2. He's lined out and grounded out. That one is shot down the right field line. Clark gets over. He does cut it off. Nice job there by Fred Clark to hold Ray Lankford to a single. Lankford hit that one hard. Not quite down the line, but that ball would have ended up towards the corner if Clark hadn't cut off. So that's a nice play by Fred Clark to keep Lankford at first. Here's Yadier Molina. Molina 1 for 2. Lankford capable of stealing a base. He won't have to, though. Molina singles through the right-hand side. Lankford goes first to third on that. Base hit for Molina. Oh, Lankford was actually off on that, so that was a perfectly executed hit and run. So now the Cardinals have runners at the corners. That's going to be it for Sewell's day. The Pirates will turn to their bullpen and try to keep this a one-run game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Pirates, number 43, Ray.
Here's Ray Kremer. Kremer 12-7, a 4.33 earned run average, 63 appearances. Fastball in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. A shot in the left, and that's a base hit. That'll bring home the run. So Ozzie serves one out in the left. It's 4-2 St. Louis. They get an insurance run here in the top of the 6th. Free baseball fan Michael Silva, Gary Sorrell, all checking in. Luminaries among us. Great to see you guys. Thank you so much for popping by. Drew lifts this one down the left field line. It's slicing. It's going to end up out of play. So Kremer's going to try to stop the bleeding now. 1 out. Drew at the plate. Hornsby and Mize, the next 2 up in the order. That one's lashed into left. That's a base hit. Stargell comes up throwing. Molina, slow-footed, will be held at third. 2 batters into his relief stint, though. Very, very clear that Ray Kremer not fooling anybody, and now he's got to deal with Hornsby. 2 for 3 on the day. First pitch changeup in there for a called strike. Hornsby a single, a triple, and an RBI, continuing his outstanding season. This Cardinals lineup has turned it up in the second half. That's how they were able to track the Pirates down, take over the division lead. The Pirates have taken the first 2 of this series. At the corner, Hornsby checks his swing. They appeal. They say he didn't go. Kremer hoping to ring him up there. No such luck. The count goes to 1-2. That one is popped straight up. Sanguillen sheds the mask. The infield fly rule will be in effect. Sanguillen squeezes it, and that's a big second out for Ray Kremer. Johnny Mize steps in, 0 for 2 with a walk. 2 outs, bases are juiced. Breaking ball misses down and in for ball 1. Kremer delivers, misses up high. Now he's putting himself in a real bind here. No room at the end. The last thing he wants to do, though, is groove a pitch to Johnny Mize. Mize twirls the bat, now cocks it up. Kremer takes a peek and delivers. Just off the outside corner. That looked like a good pitch. But Kremer gets squeezed, and now it's 3-0. Jim Edmonds waits on deck. Nervous energy in the crowd here at Forbes. Kremer delivers. Mize swinging 3-0 and chases ball 4 out of the zone. Gets a piece, dribbles it foul. So Mize does Kremer a favor there. We'll see if Kremer can take advantage of it. 3-1 offering. Mize holds up. That one's a called strike. So Kremer battles back, gets the count full. Bases loaded, 2 outs, full count. Runners will be in motion. Kremer delivers. High fastball. Mize chases and he struck him out. So the Cardinals get one, but they may rue leaving those bases juiced. Great job by Kremer to battle back and fan Mize, who slams his bat into the dugout rack in disgust. He knows he chased 2 out of the zone there that would have brought a run home. So it's 4-2 Cardinals. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Dizzy Dean will face Willie Stargell to start things off. Fastball misses up high. It's 1-0. Again, just to set things here, the Pirates have led this NL Central for most of the season. Cardinals have gotten hot. The defending division champions, Cardinals, have now overtaken the Pirates. We are on September 3rd. Cardinals had overtaken them and gotten a 6.5 game lead in the division. Pirates have taken the first 2 games of this 3-game set to trim it to 4.5. As it stands right now, the Pirates are the 2nd wild card in the National League, a game ahead of the Dodgers. So unlike the American League, where the wild card teams at present have a bit of room for error, that doesn't exist here in the National League. Stargell chops it out to short. Ozzie charges, makes the play, and there's one down. Beautiful day here at Forbes Field. One of my favorite parks in the game. They did a great job of this. It's not Michael Silva level, but it's good. Curveball there. Beckley pulls it foul. It's 0-1. Dean rocks and fires. That one skied to right. Drew takes a few steps in. Drifts underneath, puts it away for out number 2.
Now batting, number 13.
Here's Jake Stenzel. Stenzel 0 for 2, flown out and grounded out. Fastball in there for a called strike. Fastball rides inside. It's 1-1. Here's a delivery from Dean. Curveball misses away. Yeah, Tex, they do a good job with Sportsman's too. I hear that the show 23, which as I mentioned before, I didn't get, just because I was so deep into this project and they don't allow for year-over-year saves. So it just doesn't serve my purpose. But I hear they did a really good job with some of the Negro League parks, with the Negro League thing that they initiated for the show 23. Full count. Rep down the first. Mize takes it on the backhand, takes it to the bag himself. And a shutdown inning from Dizzy Dean. After the Cardinals picked up one in the top half. So we'll head to the top of the 7th, 4-2 St. Louis. Edmonds, Collins, and Boyer coming up. Kremer will stay in the game to face Edmonds. Edmonds 0 for 2. He had a sack, fly, and an RBI. Here's the pitch from Kremer. Fastball in there for a called strike. There's a screwball, just misses down and away. It's 1-1. Changeup misses away. It's 2-1. Again, plan is to do another game around 9 o'clock tonight. Yankees-Red Sox is the AL East Division race. Heats up here in the final month. Stenzel tracks that one down. Edmonds is retired. There's one away.
Number 12.
Expecting to do that game around 9 o'clock tonight. Here's Ripper Collins, 0 for 2. He's also drawn a walk. Curveball. Call strike on the inside corner. Collins goes the other way and races a base hit into left. Stargell will get that in. But Ripper Collins fittingly rips one into left for the one-out single. Here's Ken Boyer. Boyer is 0 for 3. There's a shot. Out to left. Stargell comes on, puts it away. Looked like they were sending Ripper Collins there. Collins does not run particularly well. He retreats back to first, gets back in plenty of time. Cardinals perhaps looking to put a little pressure on the Pirates here. Here's Ray Lankford. Lankford 1 for 3, single and a run scored. Single the last time up. His first hit of the series. Fastball is a called strike at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. There's a fastball. That one's called inside. Yeah, Tex. Oh, the Rangers stink. I mean, yes, they're also in the same division as the A's, which skews that a little bit. But no, the Rangers are really, really bad. It's basically Teixeira and Frank Howard and a lot of hope. Adrian Beltre, too. But they don't pitch well. Gaylord Perry and Yu Darvish have been all right, but the rest of their rotation is terrible. So here's Yachty, 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. First and second, 2 outs. Pirates may be staying with Kremer a little too long here. Now they've got 2 base runners in there. They had plenty of bullpen guys available to throw. Remember, the rosters have expanded as well, with the calendar having turned to September. Fastball misses away. Ozzie waits on deck. Count 3-1 to Molina. There's a shot over a leaping Beckley down the right field line. Clark cuts it off, but Collins will come around to score, and it's 5-2 St. Louis. That's a big one from Molina. Slider away, puts it just over the glove of a leaping Jake Beckley. Runners at the corners, order turns over for Ozzie. Swings and misses at the changeup, it's 0-1. Pirates, unfortunately for them, in a situation where every game counts. You know, they'll, even if they can't come back in this game, they'll have taken 2 of 3 from the Cardinals. Mazeroski charges, throws Smith out, and the side is retired. But Molina brings in another run for the Cardinals. 7th inning stretch time at Forbes. Cardinals lead it 5-2. Here's Bob Elliott. Dizzy Dean starts the 7th at 80 pitches. Elliott's 2 for 2. He's got a double and a triple. Dean gets the sign from Molina. Rocks and delivers. Elliott fouls this one off to the right-hand side. So Jimmy Fox now leads the American League in home runs and runs batted in, making his push for the MVP award that he finished runner-up to last season. Al Hrabosky and Lindy McDaniel. Hrabosky the left-hander, McDaniel the right-hander, throwing in the Cardinals bullpen. They're just recently up. They're not throwing from the rubber yet, so they still need a little bit of time. Seem like they're probably just out there as a precaution in case Dean gets into any kind of problem. Fastball misses up high. It's 1-2. Dean rocks, delivers. That curveball is down in the dirt. 2-2 the count. Fastball there, jam shot. Elliott fouls it back. Fights it off to stay alive. Low fastball there. Elliott gets a piece. And a great changeup away. Strikes him out. That is strikeout number 7 for Dean. Elliott trudges back to the dugout. There's one away. Here's Manny Sanguin. 0 for 2. He's been a strikeout victim twice today. Fastball in there for a called strike. Sanguin has pummeled left-handed pitching this year. Doing a fine job against right-handed pitching, though, as well. He's had a terrific season. Drops this one down the right field line, but slicing. Foul and out of play. One-two pitch. That curveball misses outside. Sanguin doesn't chase. It's 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed. So back-to-back strikeouts here in the 7th. Dizzy Dean sees the bullpen action get going and says, "No, sir, I don't think so." Strikes out the first 2 to face him here in the 7th. So now here's Gene Alley. Alley is 1 for 2. Slap down to first. Mize has it. Takes it to the bag himself. And the side is retired. Pirates go in order. Getting late for them. We head to the top of the 8th. St. Louis 5, Pittsburgh 2. J.D. Drew, 2 for 3, 2 singles and a run scored. Fastball in there for a called strike. A little surprised that Ray Kremer is still in this game. That seems like a questionable decision. You see, Ed Morris of the Pirates is leading the National League in ERA at 2.31. Cannonball's been terrific this year. Fergie Jenkins is second. One of the few bright spots for the Cubbies this year. Kurt Schilling, Brandon Woodruff, and Dizzy Dean rounding out the top 5. Fastball sky to left. Stargell's under it, puts it away. National League strikeout leader Sandy Koufax leads the way. Dean is second. Van Mungo, Randy Johnson, and Dazzy Vance round out your top 5. Here's Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby 2 for 4. Single and a triple with an RBI. Pirates also have the NL saves leader Felipe Vasquez, who also led last season. Screwball from Kremer in there for a called strike. Check that out-of-town scoreboard. In the 8th, Mariners lead the Orioles 5-4. Merv Rettenman 2 for 4 with an RBI for the Orioles in that one. Blue Jays up on the Angels 5-4 in the 8th in Toronto. Mike Trout has hit his 27th homer of the year for the Angels. Twins up 5-3 on the Royals as the Twins try to scrape back the division lead they've lost to the Indians. Willie Aikens homered for the Royals. Chuck Knobloch has driven in 3 for the Twins. Speaking of those Indians, them and the Tigers are tied at 3 in Cleveland. Rudy York has hit his 8th homer of the year for the Tigers. Napoleon Lajoie, his 25th for the Indians. White Sox lead the A's 6-4 in the 8th in Chicago. Jimmy Fox 4 for 4 with an RBI for the A's. Shoeless Joe Jackson 3 hits and an RBI for the White Sox. Astros up 3-0 on the Rangers in the 8th. Yu Darvish and J.R. Richard, the pitching matchup in that one. Phillies all over the Marlins 5-0 in the 8th. Both of those teams trying to stay in the wild card hunt. Scott Rowland has hit a pair of homers for the Phillies. Braves up on the Expos 2-1 in the 8th. Wally Berger, his 39th home run of the season for Atlanta. Bryce Harper, his 30th for the Expos. Rays up 9-5 on the Brewers in Milwaukee in the 8th inning there. Carl Crawford, 3 hits and 3 RBIs for the Rays. Paul Molitor has a pair of hits and an RBI for the Brewers. The Cubbies have rallied back against the Diamondbacks to take a 6-4 lead. Russ Johnson has driven in 4 for the D-backs. Breaking pitch down in the dirt. Mize chases. Sanguin throws down to first, and that will retire the side. So Kremer, despite the questionable decision to leave him in, does get through it. We head to the bottom half. Mazeroski, Marte, and Clark due up. We're going to see if there's some pinch hitting action that should occur here. Mazeroski is 0 for 2. He's struck out and flown out. So now we're going to go. Beatles, feel free to weigh in here if you like to. All right, so the Pirates bench, you obviously have Rennie Stennett to handle the defensive part of it once Mazeroski's out of this game. You've got left-handed hitters. You've got Max Carey on the bench. Carey batting .289. Elmer Smith is on the bench also. He was recently called up. So those are your 2 lefty bench options. I'm inclined to pinch hit Carey for Mazeroski here. And then you can go to Stennett to replace Mazeroski in the 9th in the field. But I think I'd go with Carey over. They're kind of similar. But Carey has played more. So if you just judge their stats, which is how you really judge them instead of ratings, Carey's had a bit of a better season. So I think we're gonna go with Max Carey for Mazeroski here to pinch hit. And I am just trying to, and I usually don't run my leagues like that, but I just feel like the game really is not aggressive enough with pinch hitters, and I guess it's because everybody, in a league like this, I'm guessing that the way they have the algorithm is a lot ratings related. And because everybody in the game, from a ratings perspective, is at least capable, the algorithm doesn't really work to pinch hit for them as aggressively as it really should. But I mean, regardless of people being capable, if you have a better option in a big spot, it kind of feels like you should make the switch. So I am trying to get a little bit more. I really don't do it until the 7th inning or later. But but I have started to get involved in decisions that I feel like are fairly basic decisions that should be made. So now, of course, we'll see how well this works out. Dean ahead of Carey 0-2 here. And he strikes him out on 3 pitches, so I've been fired. Still the right decision. I don't care. That's still the right play there. But Dean fans Carey. Dean trying to get stronger as this game gets late. Carey goes down. 9th strikeout for Dean. The order will turn over now. Just Starling Marte. Marte 1 for 3. There's a shot pulled foul. There's bullpen action out there for the Cardinals. I'm not sure if that's still Herbosky or McDaniel, or if there's somebody else who's gotten up to throw now. Dizzy Dean kind of acting like a guy who's going to make you pry the ball from his cold, dead hands at this point. He's been strong here down the stretch. This is pitch number 100 for Dean. Marte flies it out to center. Hits it fairly well, but Edmonds will camp out underneath that one. Put it away for out number 2.
Now batting, right fielder,
Roy Campanella, 3 homers as the Dodgers beat the Rockies yesterday. Again, the Dodgers a game behind the Pirates for the wild card. That might change today. Might be able to pull level with them. Clark pops this one up. Boyer gives chase. He gets over. Puts it away, and the side is retired. So Dean continues to roll along late. Clark barely gets a piece. It goes straight up, and Boyer tracks it down. We head to the 9th at Forbes. Cardinals 5, Pirates 2.
attention, please.
Rennie Stennett will now come in and play second for Mazeroski. Here's Jim Edmonds.
Leading off for St. Louis.
And Ray Kremer is staying in this game. I mean, Kremer hasn't been bad, but it's not like he's been dominant either. Especially with a lefty coming up. All right, so let me go and check this out. I want to see what the Pirates bullpen. And they have bullpen guys up. Justy and Meadows. So Beatles, if you remember the broadcast I did, I guess, a couple of weeks ago in game time. I guess it was last week in real time. But Justy got that start. It was a spot start. I forget who was supposed to start that game, but they had an injury like a blister or something that would have been, they weren't going to put him on the injured list, but he wasn't eligible to start. So Justy had the highest stamina of the guys in the bullpen. So that's why Justy got that start. All right, so Justy and Meadows, it's a pair of right-handers. Well, let's check it out anyway. They're both ready. Justy's kind of had a rough go, actually. 2-10, 4.04. Meadows has been better. All right, so we're going to go with Meadows. Let's say to put Meadows in this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Now pitching for the Pirates.
We're also... it's going to make me go through this. So Meadows is 9-3, a 3.21 earned run average in 54 appearances. Oh, I don't need to do it. Stop that. And now we're going to see... I want to get a left... Oh, that's right. The Pirates' bullpen is all right-handers. Robinson is stunk. Jacoby hasn't pitched much, but he's stunk too. Roy Face hasn't been bad, so we'll warm up Roy Face just in case they need another bullpen option. All right. So Lee Meadows comes on. We'll give him the 0-1, whatever. That's fine. As he faces Edmonds, puts one in the dirt. It's 0-2. Now it's going to show me the bullpen that I just set up. That's all right. So 5-2 Cardinals, top of the 9th. That shot hit well out into right, but Clark looks like he has a beat on it. Tracks it down for out number 1. Here's Ripper Collins. Collins 1 for 3. He's got a single and a run scored. And the only lefty in the Pirates bullpen is their closer, Felipe Vasquez. One to know the count as Meadows works to Collins. Screwball misses inside. Two and 0 the count. High fastball misses. 3-0, Ken Boyer. Again, Boyer having an outstanding season. Batting .330. He was solid last year, but nothing to the level that he's put up this year. 3-0 swinging, sky to center. Stenzel doesn't have to move. Puts it away for out number 2. So here's Boyer. Boyer is 0 for 4. He flew out in the 7th. 27 homers, 91 runs batted in for the Cardinals' third baseman. Good screwball in there for a strike. Boyer's hitting streak at 16 games. It's on the line here. Shot, pulled foul. Seguin sets up inside. Fly ball looped out to right. It's going to hang up though. Clark comes on, puts it away, and the side is retired. So it looks like Boyer's hitting streak will come to an end. The uniform glitch. We hadn't seen that one yet. Good to see that one as always. So we know the sun comes up every day, and we can count on that. So Dean's going to come out of this game. I'm very surprised by that, actually, given how strong he was. But Chuck Taylor's going to come in. 34 saves on the year, a 2.9 earned run average. Taylor's been fine. It's not a matter of Taylor. But I kind of feel like you let Dean go here.
For the Pirates, the left fielder, number 8.
We'll see if the Cardinals come back to regret this one. Here's Willie Stargell. Change up in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Fastball misses up high. Stargell weakly hit out to second. Hornsby charges. Flips to Mize. Gets him for out number 1.
Number 12.
Here's Jake Beckley. Beckley is 0 for 3. He flew out in the 6th. Beckley, high fly ball, hooked foul. That'll be out of play. AI clearly not watching the last Pirates game when they played the Reds and Epirixie was on cruise control and the Reds were winning and they took Rixie out and then the Pirates came back to win. Fly ball to right. Drew puts it away. So the Pirates are down to their last out. Again, the Pirates, I mean, if you're the Pirates, you've done your job. You'll still have taken 2 of 3 from this series. But every game counts at this point. The Dodgers don't play till later, so we'll sim that after this game is up. Or maybe we'll just wait and we'll reveal that game tonight with when I do the Yankee Red Sox game. Again, goal is to have that broadcast up at 9 o'clock tonight. A little prime time September Franchise Stars Baseball League action. Beatles then says he will go on once that broadcast is over, so hopefully everyone will tune in and then stick around for Beatles afterward. Taylor behind, Stenzel 2-1. You see Derek Jeter continues to lead the American League in batting. Jimmy Fox is up to second. Jimmy Fox has to be the American League MVP. unless something goes really awry these last couple of weeks. Second in average, first in homers, first in RBIs. 3-1 count to Stenzel. And that one looked like a good pitch from Taylor, but it's ball 4. Stenzel draws the walk. So here's Bob Elliott. Elliott is 2 for 3. Double and a triple. 4 for 10 in the series. Elliott hits this one well to center. Edmonds is going back. Edmonds goes back. It's over his head. Runner's going to come around the score. Stenzel scores. Elliott's going to hold at second. No reason to risk getting thrown out at third. It looked like Edmonds had a beat on it, but it gets just over his glove. Bob Elliott, his third extra base hit of the game, and the tying run is going to come to the plate. Elliott thinks about going for third, but thinks better of it. All right, so hold on a second. So we've got... All right, Manny Sanguillen's hitting .318. I don't think you pinch hit for Sanguillen here. If Sanguillen gets a hit, you might consider pinch hitting for Gene Alley. But I think you're going to let Sanguillen... Although Sanguillen struck out 3 times today. All right, let's... but he already started his motion, which means I'm not going to be able to change him until the first pitch in the at-bat. All right, I think we're going to let Sanguillen hit here. If Sanguillen gets a hit, then we'll consider, because they only have one lefty hitter left on the bench, and I'm blanking on who it is. It was an outfielder, but I'm forgetting who it was. But we'll let him hit for Alley. Sanguillen's hitting .312 on the year. We're going to let Sanguillen hit. .318, I'm sorry. And he's been clutch, so... And there he goes. Sanguillen serves one in the center. It's a base hit. So the Pirates have scored 2 off Chuck Taylor here in the 9th after the very questionable decision to take Dizzy Dean out of this game. And the Pirates bring the winning run to the plate. Let's see if the Cardinals probably aren't going to make a pitching move here. All right, so... Team select. All right, so Gene Alley is up. Alley is 1 for 3. For one thing, you definitely have to run for Sanguillen. All right, so your only lefty bat left is Elmer Smith. So Smith is going to hit for Alley. But you've also got to run for Sanguillen, which it's not going to do. Kendall and Bell. I actually think you're going to run Kendall for Sanguillen. So we'll run Kendall for Sanguillen. And then... we're going to pinch hit Elmer Smith for Gene Alley. That's your last lefty on the bench. Elmer Smith, 271, a home run, 5 RBIs. Facing Taylor. This would be a huge, huge comeback for the Pirates if they can pull it off. Kendall certainly capable of stealing a bag. I'm not sure you send him here against the strong arm of Molina. I appreciate that, Bernard. Thank you. Yes, Tim, exactly. Certain things you can count on. I just don't know how that uniform glitch doesn't get caught in testing. That's disgusting. Taylor behind Smith 2-0. Rennie Stennett, who came in for Bill Mazeroski, who was pinch hit for earlier, is on deck. The bench is empty at this point. So it would be Stennett. Curveball from Taylor, and it's 2-1. Fastball is in, and now it's 2-2. Elmer Smith wiggles the fingers, tries to get a grip. Ground ball up the middle. Smith ranges to his left, makes the play, throws to first. He gets him, and the ball game is over. Chuck Taylor, walks the tightrope, but Ozzie bails him out. Not an easy play there at the end. It hit off the back of the mound and kind of slowed it up. But a terrific play from Ozzie. Chuck Taylor nodding like he had it all along. The Cardinals take the finale. Dizzy Dean doesn't have to kill anyone after the game. Wins his 16th. Taylor picks up the save. And the Pirates will have to settle for picking up one game in the standings instead of 3. So a fine game here at Forbes. We'll check the final line score, box score, and all that jazz. We'll go through the out-of-town scoreboard as well. Dean improves to 16-6. Rip Sewell falls to 5-11. Sewell grinded through today. He wasn't terrible by any means. 5 1/3, 6 hits, 4 walks. The walks hurt him, got him into a bit of trouble. 4 runs. Dean goes in innings, gives up 5 hits, strikes out 9, walks none, allows 2 runs, is taken out for the 9th, and Chuck Taylor almost blows it. Final line score, St. Louis, 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Pittsburgh, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Nobody goes deep in this one. Check out the box score. RBIs. Ozzie, Hornsby, Mize, Edmonds, and Molina for the Cardinals. For the Pirates, Marte, Elliott, Sanguin, and Stargell. Error was by Gene Alley. So Sewell falls to 5-11, 4.11. Ray Kremer danced in and out of trouble. He allowed 5 hits and 2 2/3 of relief, but only 1 run. Lee Meadows, a scoreless inning of relief on his end. As you saw, Chuck Taylor, a less than ideal performance out of him, but does get credit for a save. I don't think that if you give up a run of your own accord, you should not ever be able to get credit for a save. I have always said that. But alas, I don't make the rules. I'm just announcing video baseball. All right, so we're going to get out of this game. We're not going to sim forward at all because I am going to do the other broadcast later. Let's check out what's going. So basically, we're going to do like what the NFL does with like a flex game because that's scheduled to be a 1 o'clock day game, but I'm going to make that a night game tonight, that Red Sox-Yankees game. Dutch Leonard and Whitey Ford will be the pitching matchup there. We are going to do these 4 o'clock games, though. So Dodgers-Rockies, this is huge for the Pirates, given that loss. Koufax and Estacio, the pitching matchup there. Dodgers win this game. They get into a tie for that second wild card with Pittsburgh. And the Dodgers do it behind Koufax. A 3-1 victory for the Dodgers. So they'll get level with Pittsburgh for that second wild card. We'll sim the Mets and Padres as well. Mets win that one 7-4. Reds are still on the fringe of things. They get blanked by Joe McGinnity out in San Francisco. The Giants have been absurd since the All-Star break. So they stay hot. All right, so with the exception of Yankees-Red Sox, everything for the day is updated. Cardinals up 5.5 on the Pirates in the NL Central. Mets up 5 on the Expos. Giants up 12 on the Dodgers. Wild card, Expos have the first wild card. Pirates and Dodgers are tied for the second wild card. Phillies, Marlins, Brewers, the Braves actually, and the Reds are all within 5 games of that second wild card. This last month in the National League, even the Cubs are within 7.5. I mean, they're going to run out of time. But this National League wildcard race is going to get very interesting. I'm probably going to end up having to have a bunch of extra broadcasts down the stretch to track what goes on. Yankees up 3.5 on the Red Sox, as we mentioned. Indians have tracked down the Twins. The Twins, again, were up 10.5 at the All-Star break. Indians now lead that division by 2. The Twins' offense has just gone completely in the tank, with Mauer and Joe Cronin on the injured list. A's have already clinched. They're up 27 games. The best offense and the best pitching will do that for you. But the A's have lost 8 of 10. So they're not going to match their record from last year, actually. They're not going to get to the 111 wins unless they've really turned it on here down the stretch. That's interesting. Red Sox and Twins, currently the 2 wild cards. Red Sox are up on the Twins, but the Twins have a 7-game cushion on the White Sox, 8.5 on the Orioles, 9 on the Tigers. So the Twins are probably still pretty comfortable in their in their playoff position. Your playoff swap would basically be from last year. The Twins would replace the Angels, and in the National League, if they can get it done, the Pirates would oust the Dodgers. If the Dodgers get the wild card, then the National League playoff teams would be the same as last year. But again, that whole NL wild card spot for that second one could get really, really interesting in the final month. So that's going to do it for this broadcast. Greatly appreciate all you guys checking in here on this afternoon. Yeah, Tex, I mean, the Cubs, the Cubs lost their first 8, if I remember right. So the Cubs have basically played 500 balls since that terrible start. Does the AI rest people? Yes. The AI will rest people who are too tired. It's actually pretty good about that. Like if you saw that Stargell only had 5 at bats, even though it was the 3rd game of the series, that's probably because Stargell got one of the first 2 games off. It will do that. It does it with catchers, definitely, to give catchers a break. So kind of have to keep an eye on that too down the stretch if I do a broadcast game, because I don't want, if a guy's not overly fatigued, I don't want it to rest a guy in a game. You're not gonna, if you're the Red Sox and you're down 2 games on the Yankees coming down the stretch, unless Ted Williams is crippled. Ted Williams is being in the lineup, so I don't want them like resting Ted Williams in game 160 or something like that, But I mean, other than that, the game actually does a good job about that. And it does a lot of, AI is a funny thing because, and I can be very critical of AI too, but I also think people kind of forget how hard AI really is. Think of all the times you watch professional sports and you question a coaching or a managerial decision. And then when we go and we question a coaching or a managerial decision in a video game, we're like, oh, well, the AI sucks. I'm like, well, you question real life. So if we're trying to get these games to replicate real life, sometimes it's going to make bad decisions. Bad decisions get made in real life. That Dizzy Dean thing. I mean, this wasn't even a playoff game, but Kevin Cash pulling Blake Snell famously in that playoff game for the Rays that blew up in his face. Questionable decisions happen in real life. That's reality. Bad draft picks, that happens in real life. So there are certain ones that you don't want to see. But I kind of feel like that's more in football, really terrible clock management. You'll see Pro Strategy Football was really bad at this. And even Madden, I've seen it a few times. But you have a shot at the game-winning field goal. You're down 2 points. You have a shot at the game-winning field goal. You have the ball, so you have the ability to take the clock down to 1 second and make your game-winning field goal attempt the last possible attempt of the game. There won't be any play after that. You make it, you win. You miss it, you lose, and that's it. And the AI will instead stop the clock at 10 seconds and you kick the field goal. But now you have to kick off to the other team and give them a chance to run the ball back on you. Yeah, the odds are against that, but no team would actually ever put themselves in that position when you can control the clock to that degree. Those are the ones that I'm like, you can't possibly make that mistake. But AI things, as generally speaking, as long as I can make the argument the other way, I can disagree with it, but I'm not going to lose my mind over it. That Would I have pulled Dizzy Dean in that situation? Absolutely not. Are there managers who would have said, we're putting our closer in, our starter is over 100 pitches and stuff like that? Again, these games were created now. So, if you can't do era setup and things like that, stuff like that you can do, I believe, I don't have Action PC Baseball, but I believe you can do something like that in Action PC Baseball and out of the park stuff like that, where you can kind of set slow hook and those kind of things for managers. You can have a bit more control over that. But these games are going to be written to how the game plays currently. So Dean would have started that ninth inning. And you've seen games here on the channel where it started pitchers at over 100 pitches. So it does it. So it's not like it's rote. It's not like, okay, we automatically will not let a pitcher come out for the ninth with more than 100 pitches. I mean, hell, Catfish Hunter started the ninth inning of Game 7 in the World Series for me last year. Here on the channel with more than 100 pitches. So it let him do it. So it will let you do it given the circumstance. So, like, occasionally if an AI decision is off, like, that's realistic that it's off to a point. Obviously, it's situationally dependent, but I think people don't understand how hard AI is to program, and even I myself probably lose sight of that with some criticisms. But like, AI isn't going to be perfect, and it's really, really hard to program. So anyway, that's my TED talk on that. But anyway, I do thank you guys all for checking in here. Dwayne March, Beatles Eternally, Tex Ags in the house. Scroll back up so I don't miss anybody. Bernard Strom, of course. Clee Baseball fan, our good friend Tim was in here as well. Gary Sorrell checking in. Michael Silva, stadium designer extraordinaire, was in the building as well. I don't think I missed anybody. If I did, feel free to draw and quarter me at your leisure. But I thank you guys for checking in with me today. Hopefully, catch up other guys' broadcast during the day. I don't know if Dwayne, if you have anything going on later. I know Bernard said he wasn't doing anything today. Beatles will be on late tonight. I, barring some catastrophe at work, will have Yankees, Red Sox in the fight for the American League East title at 9 p.m. here on the channel. Enjoy the rest of your day, gentlemen. Thank you as always. Cyro, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. Dude, Madden Project is coming along good. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. I'm very, very excited about that. But good to see you. I've been watching your stuff at work as well. Some of the games from your Madden stuff that you've been posting, too. Yeah, I get that, Dwayne. I'm not sure if that's what's happening, actually. Let me check that, because that's actually a good question. I don't think it would be doing that this early. I think they're probably just kind of hitting a little bit of a rough patch. Let me try that. I'm going to check that real quick. Get to the A's calendar, A's box score. So the A's, Henderson, North. No, I mean, Jackson played, Murphy played, McGuire, Fox. Yeah, so I mean, at least for that game, it wasn't. Who started for that game for them? Eddie Plank. Plank's only 12-9 despite a 2.55 ERA. He didn't have a good start here, but he still had a very good rookie year. But yeah, so I just think it's just the A's hitting a rough patch. I will actually go in to double check that stuff. Yeah, of course, of course, man. I'm glad to do it. What was I just talking about, Dwayne? Oh, with the AI. Like the last week of the season, I will go in and make sure that teams can kind of set their lineups and their rotations right for the postseason. Like I don't want a team starting their ace when they've clinched a playoff spot in game 162. That kind of thing. I'll throw a spot starter in there and that kind of deal, so that the starter can they don't get their rotation thrown out of whack. I feel like it does that to a little bit of a degree, but I don't think it does it. I don't recall from last year whether it does it perfectly or not. But anyway, rambling at this point, I gotta get ready for work. So thank you guys again. Be good to each other. I will see you at some point during the day and hopefully this evening. Be good, guys.